Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds, and let's get into this colony right here. I want to tell you a little about its backstory because we caught it in a swarm trap in late summer, and it wasn't going to survive without some intervention. And we fed it, we threw on some mountain camp sugar, gave it some pollen patties, and we had drawn comb available. And so we were able to actually make a little honey crop of it last year. So 2018, in the late part of summer, we caught it. Wasn't going to survive. We babied it. You know, we gave it some of that evil sugar and all that kind of stuff because we actually want to save our bees. And then now you can see what kind of colony it is because we've babied it. There's a difference between having bees and keeping bees. All right, here we go. You can see my equipment's pretty old. We're fixing to change it out. Goodness, that is full of honey. Oh. We hardly fed any sugar syrup in this yard because we didn't need to. Wow. All right, so that's just one side of things. Let me get this over where you can see it. Oh, that is so full of honey. We leave all of our fall honey for the bees. You know, we might take a little bit for fun, but no, we don't take any for profit. Look at all those bees right there. And we have them in triple deeps. You know, we don't have the best equipment. You can see it, this stuff's falling apart. It's several years old. It didn't get painted properly because I didn't know what I was doing. Try to do things quick and easy. And didn't paint the sides good. And we're just going to be cycling a lot of this stuff out this year. But we've made it work. And even though it's not perfect, those bees look pretty good. So, yeah, go ahead, Laurel, and hand me that smoker. Bees aren't liking this 40-degree temperature. Now, this won't hurt the bees at all. It'll bug them a little bit. Bees technically aren't a bug, so that wasn't really a pun. Let's see what we have down here in this next area. I doubt we have much. I've got a frame stuck. I can fill it. Yep, a plastic frame. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my. See, this is what happens when you take care of your bees. You kill those mites, you give them nutrition when they need it, and then because we've babied them, we allow them to have a strong population when that spring honey flow came around. And because we babied them, they were able to, this fall, have a big, strong population and be able to capitalize on that fall honey and pollen. And because now we're going to baby them again, they're going to stay strong. We're going to be splitting these colonies at times in the year where most people don't even think you can even get into your bees because they haven't been watching our videos. And then we're going to be making lots of honey. We're going to show you how we're going to baby this colony throughout the rest of the year. Now, some people will be like, well, this swarm colony, isn't it special? Shouldn't you be breeding from this? No, because I actually took the original queen about 4 months later and requeened her with one of ours because I don't want genetics that are going to be sending off swarms in fall. Now, it could be partially genetics, but also could be partially because they were a swarm in a tree, they were healthy and strong, and because the cavity wasn't very large, they swarmed in fall. I don't know that for a fact, though, and I know what my bees can do. This is what my bees can do when they're given good nutrition. And I promise you right now, there's at least 60 to 70 pounds of honey minimum on this hive. There's bee bread in the combs, and we're going to give them this pollen patty here because it's unseasonably warm and mild. We're supposed to get more 50-degree days. We're going to get this pollen patty in there, and since they have plenty of honey, bees know exactly how much food they have in their hive. They know how much honey they have. They know how much bee bread they have. And if they feel like they are close to running out, or they feel like we can't go full throttle, so we're going to hold back just a little bit, they will do that. We're going to help them out because especially this year, I don't think this is going to be a great year for early pollen because we are getting maples and all kinds of things to come out too early. And then if they get nipped by a hard freeze, then that's pollen that our bees aren't going to be able to get. And then they're going to go backwards even. So that's what the pollen patties help smooth things out. We'll stop feeding that long before the honey supers go on. We'll be showing you all that kind of stuff, but we're going to have a lot of fun on this yard. If you're wanting to learn how to keep your bees from swarming, learn how to produce honey, draw more comb, all that stuff, this is going to be a fun yard for us to do videos in. So stay tuned. If you have any comments or questions, oh, by the way, look at the top box. There's bees up at the top too. Ugly old equipment, but bees can survive in pretty tough conditions, very, very tough conditions, if the cluster is healthy. When you have little 3-frame colonies and equipment like this, it's going to be a lot harder for them. They can't control, you know, the heat and the air and the moisture like a big hive can. I think that's one of the biggest problems with moisture in colonies, is because the cluster's just not big enough for the cavity size. Anyways, we can talk more about that later. Thanks for watching our videos, and if you want to see more cool stuff and stuff you're not used to seeing, leave them below.